All righty. Good morning. It's a Wednesday, June. Geez, May the 6th. Man, I'm jumping way ahead of myself on that one. And welcome to the Big Dave Show and Tell here today. And it's a little bit different today because there's actually two of us in the studio. Ashley is directly behind me. Can you wave, Ashley?
I can see over there.
Come over a little bit.
Hold on.
Wave into the
There she is.
There we go. Hey,
we got social distancing going. And that's going to be my show and tell today is what Ashley is behind over there, plexiglass.
Oh,
which,
I thought that was your show and tell.
No, well, you're my show and tell as well. But we're going to start phasing
Did it go all the way
in.
around?
Not yet. But there's some of it installed in here that our engineering is putting in for safe social distancing. And Ashley's already asked me how to spell plexiglass 5 times today because she's wanted to post pictures of it. So
it's with an I.
Yeah, plexi, Plexi glass. So there you go. So here we are. And real quick, we want to start by saying a happy National Nurses Week. It begins today, and it leads up to National Nurses Day next Tuesday, May the 12th. So to all the nurses out there, now more than ever, thank you for all you do. And we would love to hear from some of you guys in the comment section. If you're a nurse, we'd like to give you a shout out. Or if you got a nurse you want to give a shout out to, you can do that as well in the comment section here as we're live on Facebook. So let me bring up some comments here. We can start checking them out as they're going.
Lena wants to know, how's your coffee, Ashley? How's that coffee this morning at work?
Oh, yeah. I put some Lysol in it.
I'm not hearing Ashley.
Barely. I can
You're
barely
not
hear.
supposed to do that.
Yeah, I don't think your
President
microphone.
Trump's advice, didn't you?
Hold on.
I don't think your microphone is on.
Uh-oh.
Nope, now you're muted.
Hold on.
See, we have more problems.
Troubleshooting.
We were used to doing this with her not in the studio, and now she's back in the studio and there's problems.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. What
We
to
can
tell
hear
to
you
do.
through Dave's
Can you
mic,
hear me
so
now?
just talk really loud.
I'm good at talking really loud.
Can you? Yeah,
There we go.
Let's see. Is this better?
they're not hearing you at all.
Uh-oh.
Well, we can
You
hear you
have-
in the background.
We can hear
You
you a
have
little
no-
bit. Yeah.
You have no microphone, so we need to figure that out. If you're asking about stats or her coffee, and I'm trying to, I can't bring it up. It won't show up on there, so it's too bright. But Ashley sprayed disinfectant into her coffee as a joke her first day back to work. So there you go. So
Nice.
Shelly has a question for Ashley that she'll answer, and only we'll hear and we'll relay it for you. She wants to know how do you like being back in the office, Ashley?
I love it. That's a heart.
Okay.
There's the technical difficulties at all there. Let's see. We've got more people coming in with the nurses. My niece should
Happy
be graduating in
Nurses Week.
October and be a nurse there. There we go. So thank you very much, Mary. And a lot of those nurses that are graduating right now are kind of getting their feet to the fire immediately.
Yeah.
And, they're
Oh, yeah.
trying to get them in there as quickly as they can now to shout out to my mom, Jennifer, at Children's Hospital, says Rachel. Thank you very much, Rachel. So, and a big shout out. So we'll get some more comments coming in. But Chelsie, I know you have something we had spoken about earlier on the show for show and tell today. And we were talking about Brad. We were talking about hair salons because Ashley, had been at a hair salon, the Do or Die salon in Southgate for the past, 2 months, 2 months roughly. Yeah. So broadcasting from there, and they can open up later on. They're already booked through June, you said, or all into July.
I think so, yeah.
And
I made my first appointment to go back June 10th. It was as soon as I could get in, but they don't open until May 25th here. So
Yeah.
real quick, let's get this shout out on here. Us cafeteria workers at Holmes High School going in and making meals for the kids to hand out. Thank you very much, Nona. That's awesome. Thank you guys, and to all the cafeteria
Yes,
workers
it's also
across there. What were you
Teacher
gonna say, Stat?
Appreciation Week.
Yeah, so there you
Brittany's
go.
just pointing out it's also Teacher Appreciation Week. Yes,
yep,
it
it's
is.
been going on.
All right, so we were talking about haircuts and everything else and how everybody needs one, and except for Chelsea's husband, Brad, who, if you follow along with the show, shaved his head back at the first of all this. So, Chelsie, you said he bought this apparatus that he uses. You call it a machine, which made us think he stuck his whole head in something. This is what he shaves his head with.
It actually looks like a robot. It kind of reminds me of Wall-E a little bit, but
Oh
it is
wow! Look at that thing.
a Pitbull Platinum head shaver. Let me see if I can get it to-
Is it made by Pitbull, the rapper? Because he's.
Oh my.
You sure? Are you positive? Because
don't-
it sounds
I
like
don't-
something. He's quite the merchandiser. I bet if it's got Pitbull on it, I would bet he's associated with it.
Well, it's got a picture of a dog on it, so I don't know. But I'll have to
I
double
think when you
check.
turn it on, it could.
Yeah, let me turn it on.
There you go.
How does it? I like that.
Oh, that's
But doesn't it look like a robot?
That's nice.
It looks
Yeah.
like something off the wall.
Totally. Oh yeah.
play-
That's right.
It should be
Yeah.
cleaning the floor.
To play off of what Statt said about it, doing this, the Pitbull, instead of fireball, it's cue ball.
Oh.
Cue ball. All right, Statt, what do you have for show and tell today?
I actually got a question for show and tell today because I got these things. They were in my house when I moved in. They're like peppers in a bottle kind of thing. How long are these good for?
Well, you know what? I can answer that because I have made those before in mason jars as decorations for some friends and stuff from my peppers that I grow in my garden. And more than likely, they're in vinegar. So unless they've dissolved in there, they were probably canned and sealed in there. I imagine anything with vinegar in it like that's still pretty good. They were there in your house, though.
Yeah, they came with the house. They're in the kitchen. And I mean, that's like 13, 14 years almost. But what do I do with them? Do I make them into salsa? Do you cook with them? Or
I guess, or they're just decorative, I think, is more.
I think they're just decoration.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a few.
like a ton of them.
Mary says Pitbull doesn't have any hair. LOL. Well, that's what we were saying. He has to do like Brad and shave his head.
So there's the shaver.
Perfect.
Boom. All right.
Lena wants to
show
know.
and tell is kind of a question.
Oh, okay. Well, if anybody can answer, go ahead. If he hasn't been answered yet, Lena's got a question for all of us. She wants to know, is the reason Dave and Statt are wearing hats is because they need haircuts? Well, I always wear a ball cap for the most part, but yes, I need a haircut. And I excited Ashley greatly this morning when I told her that I'm thinking about just letting the back of my hair grow into a mullet just for fun during this.
Do it. Go for it.
It'll take a while, but I was telling her when I had my hair a little longer in high school and it would come down, but it would wing up. My hair, when it comes down to a certain point, it curls and it just goes up. So it won't stay long unless it's wet. So we used to call them wings across America. They'd come out like you're going to fly off somewhere.
Nice.
Oh,
it's like the Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
I think it does that.
I work at Good Samaritan and volunteer for 5 years, as well as a teacher at Julie Learning Center on the campus of Notre Dame Academy. Well, thank you, Elizabeth, for all that you're doing. That's wonderful. And we love all you guys out there that are doing all this great stuff. So, wait a minute. Mitch,
Hey, Lena's got a great idea.
Ashley's dad said there's a reason those were left behind.
What?
LOL.
Yeah.
Oh, the wings?
The peppers. So,
The peppers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Lena made a good
hear
point, Dave. Chelsie could just cut your hair with her little robot.
Yeah.
She also cut yours too.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. But all right, so Ashley, I don't think we can still hear you, but you want to do a show and tell back there? Why don't you come around and borrow my microphone?
Okay.
Well,
there you go.
Wait, hang on a second, because Lord knows where she's been.
You're going to get in trouble.
Oh, boy.
Hang on.
No.
That's right. Go get written up.
Yep.
What microphone are you using?
Here we go. Come around.
Okay.
Well, where's
Can you
your
guys hear me?
mask? Yeah.
They can hear me?
Yeah,
Go
Okay.
for it.
This was
Yeah.
the thing we collared for the free store food bank that I collared. And there's me and Chelsie and Statt with his little mustache. and Dave, and I have never drawn a hat before, and it took me like 50 tries to get this hat. The mustache wasn't that
That's
hard.
great.
Oh,
And
cool.
then Jesse Tack was supposed to be with us today, so there's Jesse Tack.
Oh,
There's his guest appearance.
All right.
Nice.
cool.
There we go. Once again,
Very
thanks to
good.
our friends at DigiStitch for our masks that they made us. Now, as our employees start coming back to work here, they're going to be more than helpful because we're required to wear these outside of the studio as more and more people come back to our work here. So let's see. We got.
Hey, did anybody else come back in the building also? I mean, is there some other people, or is Ashley like the first to return?
Toria was here earlier this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Traffic. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hang on.
Very
Let me.
cute, Ashley, is what Ruthie says.
Oh, thank you.
Tina says, yay, Ashley in the office.
Whoop, whoop.
Hang on a second if she is.
Did you tell the
Ooh,
audience
Kim
that
Griffin
I'm
says,
hungry?
yeah, Facebook Live. Shave Dave's head,
No.
just like Jesse did.
Listen, Stats would be a lot more interesting to shave because he has more hair than I do. Up here, it's not,
Well, yeah.
Actually, though, it is getting a little bit longer right now. Here, I'll show. See, I'm getting a little bit scruffier on the top there.
Okay.
But,
Woo!
yeah. One of those rare instances I'm without a ball cap.
Yep.
Oh, wait, what is
I'm
this?
letting mine grow.
Our buddy Tim Philpott from Graders, should we send Jimmy over with some welcome donuts? You might want to wait until, well, I don't know, Ashley. Ashley's nodding yes.
Monday.
Well, you can do it Monday,
Wait
too.
till Monday.
I'm hungry.
I will
back.
take donuts anytime. If Jimmy would like to come over and social distance with us, all the better. But yeah,
Hear,
so
hear.
there you go. Absolutely. And let's see if we got anybody you want to call out as a nurse as we begin National Nurses Week today. We would love to have them recognized here. We'll give them a shout out on our show and tell. So we got everybody's show and tell item today. Mine, I don't know if I could show you guys a little bit better the plexiglass back there. Can you see it?
It's
Yeah,
clear.
a little bit. I see like
Yeah.
a little bit of reflection there. So.
But I mean, you can tell that
Okay.
the bars and stuff are there.
Okay.
So and they're in the process of making those for the studios. So when Statt blows his enormous nose every morning, and Chelsea's not like, what the heck is that? Statt, if you don't know, Statt is the loudest nose blower in the world. It's like he's like, I'm not even gonna be discreet about this. I'm just gonna blow my nose right now. You look at him; he's a little bit embarrassed. That's all right, but that'll make everybody, because you know what? The first day Ashley was back here is this morning, and I had to sneeze, and I was like, I don't think I've sneezed the whole time I've been in here by myself without anybody else until Ashley came back, and I'm like, wait, and now I feel, because I think, oh my God, does she think I'm sick? What if?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a different world because as you go back to work and somebody coughs, there's like pitches or torches and pitchforks, come get you. So there you go.
Exactly.
Shout out to my girls at St. Elizabeth Nurses and Dry Ridge Physicians. Love my team, says Lena. Well, thank you guys. We love you guys there. We had our friend Terry from St. Elizabeth on this morning, who was always fun to talk to as we kick off National Nurses Week. And there's so many different things, I think, going on for National Nurses Week, that businesses are giving away things and doing things. And, of course, a lot of businesses have been reaching out to first responders and frontline workers during this. And there's too many to try to mention, but it's just wonderful. And I know my friends over at Arby's took some. And here's one thing that didn't get a lot of push because, speaking of our friend Terry, my wife works for St. Elizabeth, and she's with the foundation, the St. Elizabeth Foundation, who kind of had to pivot what they were doing during this. Graders reached out to us, and they had a lot of Easter candy left over this year, obviously, because the stores people aren't in the stores buying Easter candy from them. So they still sold quite a bit, but they had a lot left over. So they donated it, boxes and boxes of this candy to the nurses at St. Elizabeth and around other nurses around the tri-state. And I went over to Graders and picked up a bunch of it, put it in my truck. And my wife, Carrie, and I went over to Terry's house, our nurse he's been there for 43 years at St. Elizabeth in the emergency room. left it on his porch, and then the next day, all these nurses and things at St. E were opening up those eggs, those opera cream eggs, and just yummy treats from graders from Easter. It was a week after Easter, but that candy was still good and much appreciated. So things like that, I think, are great that we're hearing right now coming out. Ken, look at this. You know what? She's even more beautiful right now because you can't hear her. So,
oh man. Hey, Shelly wants to shout out to the nurses at the White Oak DaVita Dialysis.
There you go.
Shout out
Very
to them.
nice.
UC nurses, shout out. Yes, big shout out to the UC nurses. They helped me.
Let's get them up here. Tanya Wider Barons, and NICU nurse at UC. Thank you so much. I don't know where she went, but let's get that back up there.
There you go.
Is that bears seeing? Okay, everything's acting really strange here. So, very nice. So, yeah, if you've got somebody that's a nurse you want to give a shout out to, we'll bring them up on the screen here. Wait, what is this? What is this? Ruthie has a compliment for us all. If it'll work.
She's so sweet.
Face is for me. Oh, well, that's nice. She also commented earlier that Ruthie said when she blows her nose, her kid thought a fire truck was driving down the street. She blows her nose so loud.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ruthie.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I think Monday, Statt will be back in the studio. But I'd like to try to continue these because it's a fun way to reach people. But I think we're just going to have you guys go in separate rooms to do them. So it's not feeding back, and it's going to be weird. And Chelsie, you'll be the last line of defense in the home broadcasting arena there with your 4 dogs and 9 other animals and 2 kids and Brad, the cue ball.
Bird and ferrets.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll hang out for a minute more and see if anybody's got anybody else they want to get us to. WC right
Angela Hughes. She works at UC. Medical assistant. Angela Hughes, shout out from Tina.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Of all the years, I think this is maybe the most important Nurses Appreciation Week.
Tina wants to know a question. What we're using, and Tina will use a system. It's called StreamYard, StreamYard.com, and it's actually really good. And we started. It allows us to bring these comments up, and it's a little bit cleaner of a signal, not near as noisy, I think, as some of the other apps that you have out there. So StreamYard.com. There's a free version you can use, but we had to pay for a version just to be able to bring all 4 of us up into the broadcast, even though actually silent. So StreamYard.com, and you can reach out, and it's really easy. You don't have to have anything. Like, I just send them a link every morning from our broadcast, and it goes right into it. So thank you for asking about that. And not Angela, LOL. I'm not sure what that means.
Angel. Oh, she mistyped earlier. He said it's a nurse at UC.
Oh, okay.
Angel.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There you go, Tina.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So we're going to scoot off here and get back to work, and we'll be hopefully, if all goes well, we're going to be talking to Thomas Rhett on the show tomorrow, which is awesome.
Ooh,
Thomas Rhett, and if we're keeping our fingers crossed to possibly talk to Luke Bryan on the show on Friday.
Woo.
Not on this, but also on the air. So. They're all isolating and doing their thing right now, so they can't lie to us and say they got nothing. They've got other things to do, because they don't.
Yeah,
well. They're just like everybody else. You can't get out of it with it. That's the thing right now. So thank you guys for listening, and don't forget, I haven't done this in a couple of days. This right here, your cell phone is your radio. You can use this B105 app on there. See right here, I've got it up right now. There it is. And that can be your radio. You can go to b105.com and stream live. And you can also go say, hey, Alexa, play B105 in Cincinnati, and Alexa will fire it right up for you there on your smart speaker. Stat's got Story Time with Statt coming up today. I saw you grab your book. What is it going to be?
Walter the farting dog goes on a cruise.
Wow.
Wow.
I think I was
Yes.
actually on a cruise with him once. It was a little
This
bit,
is
or it might have been my
Walter
son.
the Farting Dog. It's one of my favorite series of books for obvious reasons. And
Yeah.
Oh, my.
we're gonna finish up this series today.
So 1 o'clock
Oh,
this
it's a good
afternoon, live on our B105 Facebook page. Ashley, do you have a
Yep.
What's Cooking with Ashley coming up today?
Yes.
What are you making?
I don't know yet.
Don't know. Anything's it's all up in the air. Chelsie, have you got anything going on other than just chasing around dogs and kids?
Yeah, cleaning. A lot of cleaning. You want me to Facebook Live that? That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you know what? I'd enjoy that greatly. As long as I like cleaning, as long as somebody else is doing that. Kim
Yeah.
says can't wait, and it just turned on someone's Alexa. Stacy, we turned on your Alexa,
Oh,
so
cool.
good. Leave it on all day. All right. So hey, have a great Wednesday. Happy National Nurses Week.
Yes.
Make sure you grab a nurse and let them know how much you appreciate what they're doing. And Nurses Day coming up next Tuesday. So we'll lead up to that. Have a great, great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you guys.
It says it ended, but it didn't end.
It's not ending.
I know. It's the weirdest thing. Here we go. There we go.
Okay.